Oh, I can't hear you, Daniel. I just hear static when it goes unmuted. I can hear you now.
Hear me now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
It seems strange because I've seen your obviously your one-to-ones,
Yeah.
and it seems strange being part of it now, doesn't it?
So, you know the drill. Tell me your seeking story. What got you here?
Yeah, so oh crikey, so I'm 50 now, and I suppose as a child I was quite inquisitive and always wanted to know the kind of bigger questions. Where are we from, where do we go when we die, all those kind of questions. And when I was a teenager, I kind of got into um, I suppose you could call it spirituality, but more of a kind of like mediums, psychics, and that kind of
Yeah.
spiritualist churches that they have in the UK. And they have mediums on there once a week and stuff like that. And I used to go to that, and I got involved in that. And I used to go to some. You could sit in a circle, like a weekly circle, and kind of develop your so-called gifts, and all this kind of thing. But it never really sat right with me. That there was a lot of kind of people that I felt were pretending, um, and I just didn't really feel that was for me. Um, and as I grew up, I was a bit like you. I was into my house music, and spent lots of times partying and clubbing and with my friends in around
We grew up in
London.
the same era, right? So
Yeah,
the
we did.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to like the tech house,
Yeah.
funky house, all that, all the vocal house. So I really enjoyed all that, and of course that leads to kind of doing stuff, like some mushrooms before, uh, some psychedelics, and had some kind of experiences on those, um, and some of them were quite profound. And when you come out of it, I was like, wow, that's kind of amazing. Not quite sure what's happened there. And then I've quite a very busy job, so I kind of focused on that for many years, and I suppose I've been kind of seeking, kind of quite seriously in the last 5 years, with the non-duality stuff. I kind of started off with Michael Singer, and then Eckhart Tolle, and then that kind of led me into non-duality, Rupert Spira, um, and then as I've been reading all these books and everything, I just kept thinking to myself, everything just seems so complex. There's layer upon layer upon layer, and surely if it should be easier than that. Why is it so difficult? And you just learn something, and then you feel you have to get to grips with something else and something else. And it wasn't until I saw a TikTok with Trina from Canada. I think she lives in Canada, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Trina
Yeah,
from
yeah. So
Vancouver. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I saw her on TikTok, and it come up, and she was saying, you can forget all the seeking. And first of all, I was like, oh, no, that can't be right. Surely I've invested all this time in all this seeking, and how can it be that easy? And then she mentioned you in one of her many TikToks. I think she mentioned you several times, and I kind of looked you up and found your YouTube. Um, and I was looking at the one-to-ones, and it was, I suppose, for about the past 2 months, 3 months, I've kind of been watching your one-to-ones, and I've kind of had a bit of an epiphany. Like I feel like I've experienced what it is, without the seeking. They're just kind of going in between, because the words are just kind of concepts, aren't they? And
Yeah.
made up, and I feel the going in between has just simplified it, and last night I watched a one-to-one you did. Is it Marcin or Marcin?
Martin, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really good. And I was listening to that, and then once again I was back in it, and I could feel it, and but it doesn't seem to last long. It's strange. It will last, and then I don't know whether my mind is trying to.
It just
Uh,
really depends on, like, again, this is just a story, right?
hmm,
The level of kind of like the addiction of the
yeah,
mind, of the
yeah,
seeking, right? The intensity of that seeking. There are some people that are sick and tired of it. They do
yeah,
one-on-one and it's done. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And there are people that are not quite ready to give it up yet. You know, especially people that have been seeking for such a long time, and um, they can't seem to let go of the doubt or the belief. So it's
yeah,
very instant. But also when the mind kind of like goes into that track of going to the next or going to the past, comparison, for example. Well, I'm not quite like Eckhart yet, or you know, when that kicks in,
yeah,
um, or I'm not quite Rupert or any of those people. It's because you're seeing an idea of it.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like when Trina came to me, I think it was about 6 months. She went to the last retreat. It was really great because the last remainder of her doubt was head on over and over and over and over again, right?
yeah,
And Marcin is doing the same thing that I'm doing now too, and he's doing great. He's doing
yeah,
one-on-ones now too. So it's and there's tons of people that seem to, you know what, seem to see the simplicity of it
mm,
and look at it as a never-ending unfolding.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
almost like you've seen the exit, but you keep on turning around and saying, "Well, that can't be it."
yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like I was expecting some kind of bells and whistles, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
all these books seem to promise all this, nirvana and everything else, when it's
yeah.
really not, is it? It's quite subtle,
No,
really.
yeah. Well, it is quite subtle, and it's a subtle unfolding, and
Yeah,
it's never landing. Because the
yeah,
moment that you make it into a position, into a destination, then it's trapped in duality again.
yeah,
And I also bought those books. Also, um, seemed to have clarity, and then the pendulum kept on swinging back and forth
yeah.
until the in between, right? The in between. When you go direct to it, like at this very instance, what are you without that observation? What are you without the observer?
Yeah, just this.
Yeah. Take away even the word just this. Just this is just so used so many times, right? Take away that word because it becomes not just this. What's
Yeah,
between just this and not just this?
you can't even describe it, can you? Because it's emptiness.
Yeah,
It's everything and nothing, isn't it?
yeah. And not even those words. But we have to
Yeah,
say words somehow, right?
yeah,
Or there was this person that had clarity for 2 years, messaged me a couple of days ago and said, I don't know what happened, but I'm back into thinking again. And all I ask is, what are you without that observer?
yeah,
Or what's between thinking and not, I know thinking.
yeah. And then I think about it's strange, isn't it? What the mind does, it tries to latch on, doesn't it, to something? Because
Well, think
uh,
about the mind as it can work in the linear,
yeah,
horizontal way, and then flip it vertical. Then all of that thing from the past and the future just slides off, and
yeah,
it can't seem to, it's just this directness. It's just basically a misdirected orientation. You're oriented to the past, the present, and the future.
yeah,
And then when you see that the past and the future and the present are also just thoughts.
yeah. And it's it's like everything's just made up, isn't it? It's not even.
Yeah, even the one that sees that it's made up is also made up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just crazy, isn't it? So it's like I understand. We're all characters. It's not even and we just get so caught up in the character, don't we, that we just believe
Yeah.
so much.
It's so easy to get caught up in it as well. But at the
Yeah,
same time, it's so easy to see it that it's just made up.
yeah,
And it's quite simple. What are you without the past or future?
yeah. It's nothing.
Yeah. And even take away the word nothing because that gives a lot. Nothing becomes this new thing now. It's just nothing. Nothing is just another idea, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so is everything. It's just another idea.
I almost feel kind of like fooled in a way because you kind of read all these books, don't you? And I kept thinking, oh, it's okay. The next book I read, I'll definitely get it. And, all I need to do is read another book or
Yeah.
watch something else,
And yeah, and the same thing as me, right? Because I was such a book nerd and it felt like I was writing a dissertation about non-duality and I was
yeah,
referencing all of these books and I had all the classics and what I did was after this seeing through, it was almost like a direct shock, but not a wow. It was like, wow. And then I started looking at books after a few days and I just saw squiggles and lines. They're all meaningless. They're just characters, all characters made up. Every single word is made up. Every sentence is a fabrication.
yeah.
And it's still
I
within the
haven't read
dream.
any books in the past week. I've read nothing at all. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's just really sobering up from that because the one that's supposed to set you free is the one that binds you.
yeah,
Yeah. Because it has this talks about when it's all consciousness or God will take the last step. When the me falls away, when you're aware of aware, when you're abiding this, it's just always about the next, the next. And the carrot is such a big jackpot, right? That you
yeah,
keep on buying. It's like this casino with no prices. The house always wins. You never
yeah,
win. It's just almost like a lottery system that it's 1 in a billion. Maybe if you don't make it this time, maybe next lifetime. And then you're always lose. What if there's no winning or losing? What's between winning and losing? What if there's no getting it and not getting it?
yeah,
So I threw all my books away. And Trina did the same thing. I don't know if she talks about that in our TikTok. She she was crying one day and she was just like, I threw all my books because it was and she could not believe it because she was so invested in them. I should get
yeah,
her on this channel. You know what? We've been chatting and
yeah,
her
yeah,
TikTok's getting famous there, right? So it's and a lot of people are beginning to copy what she's doing as well. So what this is beginning to spread a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard though, isn't it? I think when you have invested so much time and effort in the books,
Oh
it,
yeah.
yeah, it can be hard to put them down, can't it?
I my books were very. I would have a physical book, and I would have my Kindle version. My physical
Yeah,
book, I would write notes and have different kinds of highlights and I attacked it like someone from uni, you know what I'm saying, trying to
yeah,
understand it, get it, right? Because um but at the same time, I was just it's almost like I was in a knot in my head. At
yeah,
one point I was just so frustrated. I'm like, well, who's telling the truth? They're
yeah,
all some of them are very contradictory. If you
yeah,
look at the Advaita Vedanta tradition, it comes from that Hinduism, which is self um, awareness consciousness. And then there's the Buddhist basically, which is the no self.
yeah,
Yeah. So is it self or no self?
yeah.
What's in between? Both are thoughts.
Or awareness, isn't it? Rupert Spira seems to,
Awareness. There's
doesn't it?
also I used to get into the seat of consciousness. I used to abide. I used to be aware of awareness. And it's a
Yeah,
good dissociation.
yeah,
Or thinking that there's no me, it's a good dissociation. Feeling into the senses, it's just another good dissociation. This is. But if you take all of those concepts and all of those ideas and rip them apart. What's behind the veil? Is there a veil?
Yeah.
Or is it just language called a veil? Even the word veil is made up.
It's,
What's
it's,
be
it's, it's funny, isn't it? Because you think that these books just seem to get more and more cryptic, don't they? And you feel like saying to these people that write them, just tell us, when you're seeking, just tell us what it is that, in plain English or whatever, simple terms.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They come up with all this stuff layered on top.
Yeah, I had a couple books that I was supposed to release and I halted it. I said, wait a second, this will just cost more seeking.
Yeah.
And what I was saying before has shifted in a way to be more direct. I'm attempting again with this other person in writing something that's just really direct, right? Take all the bells and whistles away and just do it the same way that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your videos, there is no concept, there's nothing to get, there's nothing to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just stripping it, which it should be, shouldn't it? It should be stripping everything back, not adding layers on.
That's what it is, right? Because what after kind of like you, right? It's like um after a while I was just many layers, of knowledge about what this is. And I was
Yeah.
trying to reconcile some of them. And that's why I had so many books open. According to this, are they talking about the same thing? Maybe they're talking about the same thing. And then someone will say that we're not talking about the same thing. And they're always trying to distance themselves from the other teacher or
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and 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 it feeds the fuel of that seeker that we got it. This is the right one. And everybody else is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And it
it
might
doesn't.
sound that I'm doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But because
Yeah.
but I'm just really being direct. I don't do it in any Q&A anymore. None of that satsang. My
Yeah.
retreats, my last retreats are basically just one-on-ones, just this way, but with people watching the one-on-ones basically. So there's no more addition, no more
Yeah.
acquiring, because I just started seeing that the mind is just a big hoarder. It hoards information.
Yeah. I remember listening to some satsangs from a Australian guy called Terence. I can't remember his
Oh yeah,
surname. And he kind of does like a direct thing, doesn't he? But even then, it was the same people every week, and you'd listen to it, and you could tell that people were just getting desperate to
yeah.
find out, they wanted to know, and they've been doing this and meditating for 5 hours a day, and I was thinking, crikey, it's just,
And that's what it is, right? The whole system is rigged. As
yeah,
long as there's a speaker, I don't care if you call it a speaker or a teacher or they're not teaching anything. They're still in front of an audience that's lapping to everything that they're saying.
yeah,
That is holding on to every single word that they're saying. And and then when you see the seeker talking to the speaker or the teacher, it's almost like, please bestow upon me what you see,
yeah, yeah,
right? Or they'll
yeah,
ask questions as if this person is in a glorified beatific existence. Or that happened to me too. People will ask me, I know that there's no you there, Emerson, but how do you live your life? That kind of thing. I'm like, the same as you.
yeah.
Yeah. I just don't have
It's
these
interesting.
questions anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I suppose even when you do become aware of it, if we can call it it, you're still going to get caught up in the character.
Oh
It's going
yeah.
to happen.
And you know what? And the best way for the character to get caught up is to be a speaker, or the character now is a speaker of non-duality. The
Yeah,
character now is an enlightened character. It's still a character. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. And it's
yeah,
actually becomes a trap, right? When I was, you've heard my story, when I was a spiritual teacher, um, I did like the adoration, to be honest with you. Who would not
mm,
like,
yeah,
people loving you? But at the same time, it's like someone that gets famous, right? They like all of the what comes along with it. But what comes along with it also is that you can't be anonymous anymore. There's no more anonymity. You can't walk on
Yeah.
the streets anymore. And you can't really have normal people, that can just see you as, they see you as a character. They see you as that actor or that actress or that enlightened being.
Yeah.
And they want something from you. I was talking to someone that's famous, and I was explaining of how, as a spiritual teacher, I said I have a micro idea of what you're going through. Because at the same time, right, it becomes this codependency. It's like you don't like it, but you need it, you crave it.
Yeah.
Because
And it's
it
a lot of pressure as well, isn't it?
what's that?
It's a lot of pressure on
Oh
you.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You have to supposed to be living this idyllic life, right? That is just um and it also is so much pressures because you have all of these grades before you, and you pale in comparison to them because they have been um canonized as saints, basically.
Yeah.
Even if one of them was rumored to be sleeping with prostitutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong or right about that. It's just what it is. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the morality police or anything. I've had, I'm from the 80s and 90s. I've had my share of fun. You know who it is, Daniel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've been to 3-day ragers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going to the drum and bass, tent to the, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is that we are projecting, what we think should be this pristine image of what we are,
Mm.
because there's always something wrong with us. If I get to that point that I am, completely fully enlightened, then I would not have any more desire.
But some people are like, if I become a vegan, if I if I don't smoke, if I
I
don't
did
drink,
all of that. I did all
yeah,
of that.
yeah,
I did all of that. And I was doing it to be spiritually superior to everybody else.
mm,
And when I started seeing that, I was like, oh no, what trap did I fall into again? This is just more suffering here. Now I have, shaped my image into this sattvic, pure, character. Meanwhile, I'm really craving to go dancing, and
yeah,
having a beer with someone, or laughing
yeah,
my head off, or being sarcastic,
yeah,
doing
yeah,
dirty jokes, that kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah. But you bought into that opposite spectrum.
yeah. I mean, I think all the reading I've done over the especially over the past 5 years, I think I've probably learned more about it in the last 2 months watching your videos. Thank you very much. In
Oh,
the
you're
past
welcome.
5 years of reading everything and just digesting it all and analyzing it, and when I look back now, I think, oh my goodness, I spent all that time doing that. Um, just seems crazy now,
And
doesn't
I
it?
did the same thing. I did the same thing. So when I'm lucky in a way that I had a taste of this awakening and I became a spiritual teacher, so I can see all the pitfalls with it.
Yeah,
It's lucky. It's fortunate that I stepped down and got canceled. I was no saint. You know what I'm saying? So I can be a whistleblower of some sort of where that
yeah,
leads to, right? Um, and I'm not saying that other people's experiences are not valid, but there is some performance in a lot of it,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
was in it. Well, I can only speak about, but I've also seen it. I've seen it. The way that these teachers and speakers speak online is not the same when they're on the phone with you.
yeah,
I've talked to them, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and I didn't understand that, right? Because there was clarity here. I'm like, isn't liberation just being authentically free of whatever this is and not
Yeah.
conforming to what other people, the way how people speak or the way people act and everything? Isn't that just another cage? And some people are not really ready to hear what I say, is because they're still trapped in the belief that it should be something according to their belief about this.
Yeah.
And all of this is just hanging by a thread of belief. For example, and it's so simple. If you take away the past and the future, what do you believe at this instance?
Mm. I think, yeah.
Yeah. And we can sum it up, right? It's if you think of a word that can't be made up. Think of something that doesn't have an opposite.
Mm.
So all thinking are opposite. And if you look at opposites, since they're made up of words that just create duality, then they're all made up. So everything that you think, know, understand, heard, or convinced that's true is a fabrication.
Yeah.
And even the one that's seeing that or realizing that is also a fabrication. And if you even start saying that there's no one here, that's another fabrication. Or seeing that this is just all awareness is just another fabrication. Seeing all I am is just another fabrication because they're all language. And it's just basically the currency of belief, right? So, for example, if someone that is, a well-respected teacher is saying all of this stuff, but they have to be convinced. The reason that they're well-respected is because they are convincing at what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And for them to get popular, you have to buy into what they're saying.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain amount of followers that comes to your retreats and a
I
number of
wonder whether some
books.
of these people actually do get it themselves, or do, I don't know. I mean,
So sorry, Dan.
I wonder whether some of these speakers and gurus
Well, some
actually,
people have and it's easy to see through this, like an initial, seeing through. But the
yeah,
problem, like the same problem that I fell into the trap with, is that I got now stuck in the idea that I got enlightened,
mm,
or the same idea that there's no me here, or that
yeah,
this is the self, right? What this is, it cannot really be contained in words, and I'm not trying to make it mystical, but I'm just simplifying it.
yeah,
Yeah, it can't be learned because it is what it is already. It's the nature of things. If you look at a baby, they don't need to meditate or do inquiry or
yeah,
go to satsangs, anything like that. It's something that we learn, and it's something that we're going to unlearn when we take our last breath. So the
yeah.
temporal language, the temporal identity is what we're holding on to. And one that's holding on to is also temporary. So it's the lose-lose situation.
It's funny if I look at my dog. She's happy. They live in the moment, don't they? They're not thinking about what someone said to
Oh,
them last
yeah.
week. You know? And it's quite funny when you, and it's the same with children as well, isn't it? They live more in the moment.
That's what it
Um,
is, yeah.
yeah,
When I was like when I would step on my dog's foot and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She will yelp, like that
yeah,
sound, that high pitched sound, and then you're trying to say sorry, and they're
yeah,
confused and they're like, oh, it's okay, and they're the one consoling,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's true. Yeah,
because they're so in the moment, right? At that moment is past,
yeah,
the pain is gone, and you're there saying, are you okay? And they see it as clear as it is, and the way that we see things is marred or shrouded by our idea of past and future and present.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it becomes a belief or an idea of what this should be. So what do you without language at this second?
I think, yeah.
And kind of like just, like the way that I describe it for some people that are like, how come it doesn't last? Think of it as the plug has been pulled from the electric fan, but the blades are still oscillating.
Yeah.
So you'll see the highs and the lows, right? So, but just take away the observer. What do you without the observer?
I feel it like an expanse. It's just like a big expanse
Yeah,
of,
because
yeah,
we've been narrow-minded. You know what I'm saying? We've
yeah,
been kind of like just thinking about, especially non-duality, just makes us more dissociative, and because now we're thinking that we're the self, or we're there's no one
yeah,
here, or this is just awareness. So we're dissociating from what this is, rather than just looking at a child. The child, you know what, is just so authentic. The dogs, the cats are just so authentic, and they're connected. They're not disconnected from what this is. So the thinking disconnects us from what this is, and the belief separates us from what this is. And so when we are in that on those unguarded moments, for example, washing the dishes, running, um, playing music, dancing, jumping up and down at the tech house party, then all of that divisions
yeah,
are not there. That's why I love DJing. DJing is first you get into your head a little bit because you're trying to get the crowd to dance, and then there's a moment where you put on a perfect track or perfect transition from one song to another, and then the room just somehow just gets connected,
yeah,
and then you have them, and then you're running off that connection basically.
yeah,
It's the same thing as someone that's playing sports, right? So they're connected with their teammates and everything. Then it goes flow beautiful, like if you're playing basketball or hockey or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because this week at work, I've found that I'm in more of a flow state. So although stressful things are happening, I'm not really responding to it. I'm just staying in my flow state, and it's all kind of just
Yeah.
whatever is happening. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's what life is. If you look at it, it's just a flow. It's not a
yeah,
beginning or ending. Beginning or ending right appears, but there's something that is beyond what we can think about, that is just never ending flowing. We have the thinking creates this narratives of this is how it started, right? Or this is how will it end. But it's just in thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the reading and the seeking takes you further away from the now, doesn't it? It just
It does. Well, trying to figure out the now is,
yeah,
the now is doesn't exist if there's no past or future.
yeah,
It's always whatever
yeah,
this is. Yeah. So the moment that you buy into the now, then you go into the not now.
yeah,
Yeah. I remember I was at the now police because I thought I got it, doing
yeah.
that. I think Eckhart released a book, and then Oprah did a 10-week online thing, the
Oh
first
yes,
ever.
I
Do you
listened to
remember
that. Yeah,
that? Do you remember that?
yeah,
That was quite epic, actually. I was like,
yeah,
wow, what is this? The world is changing. And
yeah,
yeah, I would look around after that because I felt superior now. I'm in the now. And my brother would be talking. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're not in the now. You're in the pain body. It's the
yeah,
same thing with awareness, being aware. It goes, oh, they're not abiding in awareness.
yeah,
Or you know what? Radical non-duality. Oh, there's still a me there.
yeah,
Yeah. The same thing as, Catholics, right? When we're Catholics, I don't my I would hear someone say in a province in the Philippines, I heard they don't go to church. They're the ones that's going to hell.
yeah,
So that belief is a promise of like um a next.
yeah,
Yeah. But really a belief is a postponement. scapegoating.
Are you still friends with people that you used to be, or have they kind of shunned you because you've gone to the kind of radical
You know
side?
what? I went to Vancouver back in October, and then I met like about a lot of them actually. And
Oh,
you know what? It was some of them was it was a gradual kind of like seeing through what happened.
mm,
I did not really, explain much, right? I just fell apart. I just fell apart. It's almost like I developed a community and I realized that I was the cult leader. That everybody that was following me were just going back and forth in suffering and suffering and suffering.
yeah,
I wrote a big apology letter and I stepped down and just basically, stuck my head under the sand in shame and guilt and cried every night for a couple of years, right? Because that was just such a big failure, right? So they saw what happened, and some of them were very beautiful, just they were. It was beautiful. Yeah. Some of them still, you know what, for what, and some of them were just friends with me because, or following me because of that enlightenment tag and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a
And
big
some of
kind
them
of
probably will never speak to me again. You know what I'm saying? And
uh,
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
yeah,
It's all right. Yeah. I was a mess too. I was a mess. Like imagine, being a spiritual teacher and just falling apart completely.
yeah,
Yeah. Went into a path of destruction basically and sabotage and all that kind of stuff. But in the story, it was necessary, right? It was just, I could
yeah.
not maintain that. It had to be destroyed and it had to become ugly sometimes, right? So that's why I don't have a community. I don't have followers. I just do the one-on-ones basically.
Is there a big community of this in Canada where you are?
No, I don't
No,
have a
there's
community.
no.
Yeah. I have people used to go to my meetings. We go out for dinners. I'm going for pizza with someone that had, you know, that has stopped their seeking, So most of the people that I hang out here stop their seeking. They don't listen to any more non-duality. It's just
Yeah,
back to normal. It's just back to, chop wood, carry water. Everybody, and they know that I'm a foodie. So I like, um, yeah. So there's equality,
yeah,
which I love, right? Because before, you know, it's nice in the beginning to get treated differently, to get treated with a lot of respect. But it gets tiring when people are
yeah,
always, bowing to you and you
yeah.
can't be authentic. It's like you're playing a role and they bought into that role. I don't even have a WhatsApp group.
Don't you?
No, no, no.
Yeah,
So I'm the anomaly that I'm saying. I'm not trying to build an audience. Um, I do the one-on-ones. I post them. It helps a lot of people that can't afford to book and all that kind of stuff, right? So, whereabouts are you,
yeah.
Daniel?
Whereabouts am I? I'm just outside Oxford in the UK.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And that's how you found me, which is just online, basically, right? So, or
Online,
Trina.
yeah, basically. Yeah, it was through Trina because I saw Trina's TikToks and she mentioned you. And I thought, oh, who's that? And I thought, so I looked you up and obviously found you. And then uh, I think here in the UK, there isn't really a lot. I mean, you've got Rupert Spira, but
There's a
you know,
lot of radical non-duality there.
is there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
no,
I used to be a part of it. Well, not really even. Um, yeah, but it's just another belief system.
yeah,
Yeah, and they'll say that there's no one to believe because there's no me is the tagline for it, right?
yeah,
Um, there's no one here, but that's just a belief again. Even if they say there's no one to believe or not believe, that's still a belief. You can't get out of it. You can fool yourself so much, you know what I'm saying, and believe
yeah.
what
I
you're
mean,
talking about.
I mean, the journey I went on was crazy. I studied quantum mechanics, quantum physics,
Oh wow.
metaphysics. metaphysics, um, spirit, all linking it up into the circle with spirituality
I did the
and
same thing. I got into sciences too, and
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
quite fascinating. Huh?
yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, and then none of my friends or my loved ones, believe in any of this or into any of this, or so I'm a bit of a lonester, really.
It is
So don't,
isolating, right? So you seem
yeah,
to be the one that's crazy in your family or your circle of
yeah,
friends, and um,
yeah,
they just probably see me as the wild, the crazy one, right? So
yeah. And it's difficult to explain to people, isn't it, if they've never heard of it before?
it is, it is, it is. I remember when I have this old group of guys that are some of them I met, from high school, right? So and some of them are my brother's high school friends. But it's a big group of guys, and I would meet them and I would, tell them that I'm gonna come to town and can I do a request and make sure that there's no one eating dead animals around here, drinking. And they're like, what can we do then? Do cocaine in the washroom? They said that joke later on. Because they can't seem to reconcile that here's this Emerson, the party animal of all. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
um, I would take them to clubs. You know what I'm saying? And then here I am, supposedly reformed, and they didn't like that version of me, right?
yeah,
And now you know what they like. They're like, oh, thank goodness that you're more grounded in your back, and this is the Emerson that we like. We can't party anymore because everyone that I know is in their 50s now. Either some of them have diabetes or or
yeah.
some heart issues. You know what I'm saying?
Dance for 10 hours
Or
straight.
their
Yeah,
wives are calling me. They're like, "Where are you taking my husband? Are you going to?" One time we went to see Armand van Helden for my
oh yeah,
50th birthday. Do you know Armand van Helden? He's
yeah.
from he's from UK. So I was looking around, and we went to this club. I'm like, oh my goodness, everyone's gotten older. And then my brother goes, because we're old, Emerson. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And there were some, when I go to that club and I'm dancing and everything, and I'm transported back to the club days and everything, and there were some young kids that was talking to me, and I'm like, okay, this is more my crowd, we're like dancing, and one of the kids said, um, so awesome to be hanging out with you guys. This reminds me of my dad. We discovered this music through my dad. I'm like, oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
It was good. Good times in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were good times. Yeah, very good times.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
just wow. Yeah.
yeah,
The raves were amazing,
yes,
especially the
yeah,
illegal ones.
yes. I used to go to the illegal ones in warehouses and
That's what I love. Yeah. The
yeah,
warehouses where any moment the cops could bust it, basically. It added
yeah,
more to it, right? So,
yeah,
yeah. Or
yeah,
the ones that I like is when the secret ones where they have this map, and then you're supposed to go to this record store, the records you ask for
yes,
this person. Do you remember those? And
yeah,
then
yeah,
you're
yeah,
going to go to a school bus. After the school bus, someone else will pick you up, will lead you to this secret location. Those were
yeah.
the best ones.
Well, they used to have people standing on a platform of a train station in London, and they'd have like a pink ribbon on them or something, and you'd have to follow them. Um, and then they would end up going wherever wherever the party was. Yeah,
I went to a tech and a trance party, like a trance house.
mm,
Psy trance, which is psychedelic trance. So everybody was dressed up like butterfly, and people had like big baggy pants and ABC blocks. Do you remember those fashion furry pants and all
yeah,
that kind
yeah,
of stuff, right? So there was this bus. So the venue was about 3 hours away from the city. So we stopped at this in the middle of nowhere, this convenience store where they sold candies and everything. So a bus load of people dressed up in butterfly wings and furry pants and alien, you know what I'm saying? And the store owner said, "Are you guys from this planet?" They were just, they were like, "What the hell is this?" Back in the 90s, right? They were like,
Yeah,
must have looked like aliens to them, right? So
yeah.
yeah, it was just bright colors and
It must be crazy. Yeah,
and then we took all of their candies away, like those those gummy bears, all of that kind of stuff.
yeah.
What I liked about that is because 80s made me into an adult so fast
Hmm.
that that era where we have to be in stock market, and remember that time. So the
Yeah,
rave, but it is a counter of that, basically a counterculture. Then people were like, had pacifiers. Remember that? The people were like the baby rave stuff. It was
yeah,
so
yeah,
wild. Maybe that's earlier than you because I'm 4 years older, right? So maybe in our era, it was still the big baggy pants. And there, I remember protesting in front of the city hall. Everybody was on Molly, you know what I'm saying, and hugging everybody. We're protesting for I don't know what it was. They say that I think it was Terence McKenna that said that 60s and the 90s is almost like a rise in consciousness. Again, that's just a story.
yeah,
Yeah. So the rebels of the 90s are here now.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're older now, older and wiser, perhaps, maybe.
Yeah. I still DJ, so it's the same thing for me. But yeah, so the simplicity of this is not in the conformity of the mind,
Mm,
not in the ideas of the teacher, not in passed down knowledge. Because if you look at what seems to be happening, is there's always an evolution of something. Maybe about in the past there was this guru would hand this wisdom to somebody else, right? But
mm,
there's really nothing to hand over if you look at it. And it felt like it was just a broken telephone. Someone would say that you can't say it, and then somebody will say, well, it's consciousness. And then someone will say, oh, there's no me. Although they'll say that this can't be talked about, and then people will talk about it for 2 hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or write 10 books on it. Yeah.
You write 10 books about it. Yeah. So what do you do there, Daniel?
So I'm a paramedic.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for like 24 years. But I did a master's degree so that I could work in primary care, which is like a family physician. I think
Oh,
you have
nice.
family doctors. So I work in a centre there now and work at the kind of the same level that they do.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So it's stressful. I mean, at the moment, we've got a bit of a flu epidemic here in the UK.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
so everybody's ill. Yeah. So
Oh, no. Yeah, yeah. So everybody's coming to the clinic, right? So
yeah, everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My
Oh, awesome.
family, my family's full of medical professionals. So
How are they? Yeah.
yeah, my grandfather was a doctor. My dad has like three sisters that are doctors.
Mm.
A brother is a dentist. Yeah,
Oh,
isn't that wild in one family?
yeah. Are they in Canada or the
They're
Philippines?
in the Philippines. They're in the Philippines. Yeah, one of them is in was in New York, but went to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we have lots of Filipino nurses here in the UK.
that's right. That's right. Yeah,
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 loads and
yeah.
loads. Yeah, without them, I don't think the NHS will be able to run properly.
It's the same everywhere in the world. That's our greatest
Yeah,
import, right?
yeah,
Is Filipino nurses, right? And
yeah,
and they're fun to be with, aren't they? They're just jolly and
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are jolly and straight to the point as well. There's no
they're
messing
straight to
around.
the point. Yeah, they don't mess around, right? So
No,
no, they'll also put you in your place. You know what I'm saying?
exactly that. Yeah, and the patients as well. If they try to be rude to them or anything. Yeah,
Yeah, my sister's a nurse.
really. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's direct to the point, and she can be really compassionate too.
yeah,
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 and patience. You're right. Yeah,
yeah,
it's the history of that is a lot of the Filipino nurses that come actually leave their family behind,
yeah, yeah.
and then they send everything that they earn back to their family back in the Philippines, and they live bare minimum here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've known nurses that do that. Yeah,
yeah,
and they really do kind of suffer really because they're missing their family, but also like you say, they're not living a high life here. They're just sending most of their money back home.
yeah.
It's tough. Yeah,
It is tough. Yeah, yeah. And in different parts of the world, there's also a lot of Filipino engineers that leave their family. There's a lot of, Filipino nannies, right?
mm,
Housekeepers that take care, of babies while leaving their baby behind in the Philippines.
yeah,
Isn't that wild?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's must be so hard to
We
do. That
were
must.
fortunate and privileged that we came here all together as a family, right? So we didn't have to do any of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We were actually
yeah,
quite spoiled because when we left the country, we had maids and drivers. So when we got here, we were like, when are the maids coming? When are they coming? We have a bunch of laundry. And I
yeah,
remember mom saying that you're the maids now. I'm like,
yeah,
we didn't understand it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had to almost like it's almost like the opposite immigrant story that we came from. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
privilege, and here we were second class citizens basically.
yeah. Wow.
Then all of a sudden I was like 16 and I was like working three jobs. But I love it here. it's it's
Canada's
awesome.
nice. I've been to Toronto probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, it's nice,
Um,
isn't it?
yeah, it's beautiful. Very clean. I thought very clean city.
It is very clean. Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
clean. I love my neighborhood here. There's a lot of beautiful parks.
yeah.
Um, every day I walk at the most beautiful park. There's a cemetery. When I pass by a cemetery, there's just winter big trees. Snow all over the place. It looks like a snow globe right now.
Does it? Oh, okay.
Gorgeous, it's like winter wonderland, right?
Yeah,
And quiet, right? So and just it's a good an hour and a half walk, and but it's like minus 14 here.
is it? Wow.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You just know how to dress up properly for it, and
yeah,
it's just there's no such thing as what did you there's no such thing as bad weather. It's just bad clothing,
yeah,
and it's perfect, right? I didn't know how to dress up before, and of course I came from the Philippines, and I hated it so much. I was like, what is this? I didn't know that people, layer their clothings, right? So here we were, freezing our asses off
yeah.
and walking on ice, basically. So our shoes didn't have traction on them. So I was just slipping and sliding everywhere. And I was convinced that, we came to hell. We were.
It is a nice city. I like the trams that go down Young Street as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's beautiful.
yeah, down there, that was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
I like that it's also very multicultural here, right? So it's like
Yes, it is, isn't it?
the
Yeah,
food is amazing because it's a
yeah,
fusion of everything, right? So it's almost like we have the whole world in a little spot here.
yeah,
We have little Italy, we have little Korea, we have a Filipino town, all that kind of stuff, right? What else is here? I used to DJ at Little Italy, and I used to love, 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 love all the pasta and all of the
yeah,
food there. It's
yeah.
just it's just a
Nice.
concentrated of all the great Italian restaurants, right? So
Yeah,
there's Greek town here.
Oh.
Mhm.
Is there a lot of Filipinos in Toronto?
Tons. Yeah.
Is there tons? Yeah.
Yeah. Not in the area where I live, but there's an area with a lot of Filipinos.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. A lot of them came from the community of nannies. They were nannying for a lot of the Jewish community, right? So some of them came here and established themselves and um,
Oh, okay.
brought their families, right? That kind of thing. So yeah, it's a great community. My dad is the president of the Seniors Club of Filipinos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it gets him busy, right? So they do dances, and all that kind of stuff, charity. It's a great community, and the food is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you had Filipino food?
I don't think I've had Filipino food. No, maybe I have without realizing. No, I go to different kind of restaurants, but I like Thai food, all different Pan Asian food, really.
Yeah, try to go to a Filipino restaurant and go to a
Yeah,
barbecue focused restaurant. It's the best barbecue you'll ever taste, right? So it's like they have skewers and so good. Yeah.
yeah, I have to do that. Yeah,
Not as healthy as other Asian food, but
is it no? Is it spicy? Quite.
not spicy at all.
Oh, not spicy at all. Okay.
Not healthy because it's a lot of pork, what I'm saying, a lot of fat. Um,
Yeah,
but who cares? It's okay.
yeah,
As long as you don't have too much of it, right? It's okay.
yeah,
But there's also some great healthy stuff, in the Philippines. But the tastier ones, of course, are the meat dishes, the barbecues and the stews and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Nice.
So yeah, the end of seeking is just like this. The reason I talk about normal life is because all of a sudden I was like wondering, like, when you get into non-duality, is all you talk about non-duality? Because if you look at, a snapshot or a video of a non-duality teacher, they talk very slow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's lots of pauses in between.
yeah.
As if they
I
live
just
in a different reality, right?
yeah, yeah,
And of course, if the reason that you're seeking is there's some suffering happening, and you're like, I want that. That's what I want.
yeah,
But everybody has a shitty day just like you do.
yeah,
Yeah. Or we do.
yeah,
It's just really the addiction of the idea of the next. The more that you sober up from that, the more that life becomes just. Um, at one point, I was wondering because here I was, did all this work, done all the satsangs, went to so many meditation retreats, was vegan, and I was wondering, am I happier than that person
yeah,
that has no idea what non-duality is? Am I any different from my brothers and sister? I'm saying that things what I'm doing is they can't make sense of it. Are they happier? Or have I manufactured my idea of happiness based on what other people are saying about it? Did I start repressing what seems to make me happy because
yeah,
it's not in that checklist of what an enlightened being should be happy about? Did I buy into someone else's idea?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I almost feel like I've kind of missed out on life a bit while you do all the seeking, don't you?
Oh my
You don't.
goodness, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There is a chunk of life that I missed, because of seeking. I actually moved to a different province here in Canada so I could focus on my spirituality. I sold my house here, left everyone behind, and people were so confused. Because I love my family, I love my nieces and nephew, but I thought that that was not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a next. And I was doing really well financially, and but I thought that was not enough. I thought I had to give it up.
Yeah.
Because again, if you look at all these people that that are, you look at the Ramanas and the Nisargadatas, right? And they're in a loincloth and they're walking around with nothing. I'm like, why can't I be like that? I'll try walking around in -10 weather here with loincloth.
Yeah. Even last month.
Or try to find a cave here, you know what I'm saying? You can't even rent a place that's under $2,000. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Good luck finding a cave, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's mentality about this is still trapped in that idea of the past. Like they'll say something that the only way to the liberation is meditation. The only way to a liberation is through a guru. The only way to a liberation is, but we have TikTok now. We have
Yeah.
YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
We have young people that have never heard of those gurus. We have people like Trina that's attracting probably a lot of younger audience than I do, right? So I have a TikTok channel, but I don't even run it. It's someone else runs it, and I love her. I don't even go to TikTok. I'm not really. I've lost interest in social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing in my social media, sometimes if I have to check messages from people, my social media is filled with nothing but music.
Music. Yeah.
So what you do
Yeah.
is you delete your history, type in your favorite, bands or your favorite artist, and that's all you'll keep on getting.
Yeah. Because at the moment, all it is now is just where you've been seeking. It's just spiritual, spiritual, spiritual.
Yeah, yeah. So delete, take all
So,
the
yeah.
history out. You know what I'm saying? Go to
Yeah.
browse, delete all of your history. What kind of music do you like, Daniel?
I like all different types of music. I like 80s music, obviously, because I grew up in the in the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
I quite like I like all different really. I like some country music, country western music, um, house music. I even like classical music as well, especially stringed instruments, violins and cellos. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
I really love that sound. Yeah,
Yeah, cello music is amazing.
yeah, it's
Wow.
amazing. Isn't it?
Yeah. I used to go to the symphony and just watch. I love opera too now. I went to an
Yeah,
opera. Oh my goodness, seeing it live was wild,
yeah,
wild. It's just I love music so much, right? So all my stuff is just music. I have a keyboard here, I have my DJ equipment, right? And life is just so simple because the mind is just meeting things directly.
yeah, yeah,
So the mind is non-existent basically because it's always in the moment, always
yeah,
dancing, playing music, right? So um, with meditation, I was trying to get to a place that again, to each its own. Some people like meditation, and that's cool, right? So, but I was a meditation teacher for 10 years, and I have so
I
much
could
more
never
fun
do
now.
meditation.
What's that?
I could never really get into meditation.
Yeah, some people can. Some
Yeah,
people can. You know what I'm saying? And it's great. I forced myself into it because I thought that was the only way.
yeah, yeah.
Someone
Uh,
said, "Well, the only way that you'll get free is if you meditate for 10,000 hours at least." And I said, "I'll do that." Yeah. And I
wow.
even thought it for 10 years, right? So
Yeah. Did you think it helped meditating or?
maybe what with moods and everything at that time, right? It made me more chill and anger and all that kind of stuff, right? So is
Yeah,
dancing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So is sports, right? I've been doing a lot of running, a lot of I do high rocks training, um, music, and never thought that that would be, it's just so ordinary.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my routine is just I listen to it. There's someone that sends me vinyl records. I should start
Right.
a vinyl record channel and just talk about music because it's oh my goodness, it's just amazing, amazing. Yeah. It's just to be connected with what this is. The disconnect is seeking.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that now. I see that the more you seek, the further away you are from it, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's like running away from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, going the opposite direction the moment that you see.
Yeah. And like you say, it's just like an addiction, isn't it? You just want more and more and more of it all the time.
And it's just so relaxing now, isn't it? When there's no more energy to go back and forth, or because before, you know what, I'll be listening to someone and I'm like already thinking, you know what, maybe someone else, can. I'm already searching in my mind for the next one.
Yeah.
Or you're
I feel
looking
quite
for,
relieved that I don't have to keep reading these books all the time.
oh, I know.
I think, oh, it becomes stressful, doesn't it? I found it become quite stressful for me.
Yeah. Well, for me, I would wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm like browsing on my internet, looking through Audible to
Yeah,
see if there's a new book that came out about consciousness
yeah,
or awareness. Did you do that too?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
always looking for a book. Now I'm reading fiction, and I'm quite enjoying it, right? It's just
yeah,
the intensity of trying to figure out what these teachers are saying. It becomes so cryptic sometimes too. I
yeah,
don't know if that's by design, to make them look smarter than rather than just being really simple and direct to the point, rather than just being really just blunt about it.
yeah, yeah. I have to think of somewhere to send my books to.
I threw them out. I didn't want anyone to suffer the way that I suffer. So,
Yeah,
recycled.
yeah, cycles. Yeah.
How many books do you have?
Oh crikey! I must have. Um, I must have over 100 books.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, I must have. Yeah, yeah.
And it's not something like music that you can play and enjoy, you know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah, yeah. I wish I'd spend it on something else.
I
Yeah,
wish you
yeah,
collected vinyl records, you know what I'm saying? Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Maybe go to a bookstore and sell them and try to get a couple of vinyls and start that collection.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Just say, how much is this worth? Can I get a couple of vinyls from it?
yeah,
Maybe a country record, you know what I'm saying, that you like?
yeah,
Yeah. So every time that
yeah,
you play that country record, it's a sweet relief. I'm like, oh, there it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's the culmination of all my seeking is here in this music.
yeah,
Yeah. Or all the seeking disappears. It's just being direct.
yeah, yeah.
I love that people that are beginning to book me now are hearing from me from another person now. Person that usually have done one-on-ones with me. That they're doing their own thing. It's great.
Yeah, because when I watched some of Trina's TikToks, I mean, she'd been hardcore seeking, hadn't she? She'd been to, all these places all over the world,
Yeah,
all the streets and everything. Like, wow, crikey.
yeah. She when she first discovered my video, she was just like, are you for real? Is this
Yeah,
isn't it?" And she's a hardcore seeker, right? She was going to
yeah,
satsangs, she was doing all of this stuff, right? And she invested so much money in it, money and
yeah,
time, and only to encounter a video of a guy saying that it's just all thoughts. What do you without that belief, right? Just being really direct.
yeah,
Yeah, so it was almost like a purging for her, right? So,
yeah,
and I'm glad she's making those videos because it's reaching a different audience.
yeah. And you can tell it's really genuine as well by the way she comes across.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, completely. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, "What's this sacrilege? Someone saying this?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is simple, and I've been searching for years.
And
Uh,
that's usually the way that when people hear me too, right? It's like,
yeah, yeah, that's right.
what is
Yeah,
this guy doing about like, or you know
yeah,
what? They have the you know what? I it doesn't really affect me because it's just words and everything. It's just whatever. But I delete it because my nephews and nieces watches my video, and they're
yeah,
calling me all sorts of name. Like who is this charlatan or who is this person that they don't see that I have 300 plus videos of one on ones. You know what I'm saying? Like just doing this over and over and over again, right?
yeah,
So they can say all that they want, but the action speaks louder than the words, right?
yeah,
The clarity doesn't need to be believed or anything. You can see it. Kind of like with Trina, right? The sincerity comes through.
yeah. It
Yeah,
does. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And that's what's missing from the others. I feel that there doesn't when you watch, some of the others, there isn't. I don't feel like there's a sincerity in what they're saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
Trina was telling me that there are some people that are copying what is she's doing now. Like the
yeah.
videos are
There is.
there
There
is.
is. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not really on TikTok, so I don't know what's happening over there.
Yeah, so there's a few people on TikTok that I've noticed, but you could just tell that you can just tell they're copying. They're just saying the right phrases, but they don't really mean it. It's just so yeah, it's quite
Yeah,
obvious.
there's a few people also on YouTube that has been repeating the same words that I'm saying.
Yeah,
And then once in a while, some of the people that talks to me or listens to me, they would send me a clip of it and they'll comment and say something. Can you give Emerson a credit, please? Like he's and it's okay with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah,
when there's no yeah, it's okay with me, right? It's just it's flattering to be honest with you. It's flattering too
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
they're doing something that because just a few years ago people were in uproar with what I was doing in the non-duality community.
Mm,
Someone made a comment that this has nothing to do with thoughts. Just made a big rant about it, and there's a few. And then in the beginning, my Reddit were quite negative, but now apparently it's positive. Like people are actually saying that I ended my seeking, and people are beginning to see some of the stuff that's happening. I guess
yeah,
persistence is the key, and just
yeah.
doing the same thing, and yeah. And the one-on-ones is just it's just great to see people break through, you know what I'm saying? All of these limited beliefs and all of these ideas about this.
It's like your mind has to come to a certain point where you do all the seeking and you think, this is craziness. That there must be something else. It isn't this. You're just getting further and further away from it. But I'm so glad that I didn't or I haven't spent like 15, 20 years. I mean, some people more than that, aren't they? You're spoken with 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I actually talked
Yeah,
to someone that is in his a lady that was 92, and then a gentleman that was in his 94 or something, I can't
Uh,
remember. Yeah, and it was just um, so sad when kind of like, when, I don't know if you remember, there's lady in her 80s. She said, "I'm so tired." Her name is Jolene. So there's this gentleman that I just talked to recently, and he said, "I am exhausted. I'm
yeah,
exhausted. I've done it all." And then to see him light up at the end of the, I don't care what other people say or whatever, but when you see that,
yeah,
yeah. And then he said that in the 50 plus years that he's been seeking, he haven't even had that moment of just,
wow,
yeah, because he was always following what everybody was talking about. And here I am kind of like just tripping him up and saying that, well, what are you without that? What's in between
yeah,
this and not this? So he had that moment of pause, right? So, and he basically said, "Can I talk to you on a weekly basis?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Sweet, sweet old man, right? So,
wow. That's a long time, isn't it, to see? Wow,
yeah, he was just relieved, right?
yeah,
Because he just came in there, and he doesn't even know how to operate. So he had, I think it was like his grandson helping him, and his helping him with the technology part of it, right?
yeah,
And um, and his grandson was the one that actually told him about me. His grandson, I don't know if it's a grandson or his deaf. I can't remember, but a younger person basically. The younger
yeah,
person was already in their 50s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if it's a grandson or whatever, but so he set it up
Wow.
for this gentleman, and he was just so relieved. He was just so relieved. He was just so, um, I think, just sad that he did all of that, and he missed out
Yeah,
on a lot of things, right? So kind of like what you were saying, right? It's like we missed out on a bunch of things because of sin.
yeah. It
The
becomes all
minute,
consuming, doesn't it?
yeah, it's almost like I was in a prison inside my mind,
Mm.
and I see people seeking going to prison, in prison, and yeah, thinking that I'm free,
Yeah,
which is the prison. Thinking that there's no me or enlightened, or I'm awareness, which is the prison. Because if it dawns on you that what you thought that you attained is just another concept, it's either you
yeah,
fake it or you destroy it. Sadly, a lot of people, you know, choose to just maintain it.
yeah.
Yeah. You should come to
Yeah.
Toronto. Do you have a family in London?
Do I have a
Is
family
your
in London?
family in London?
No, so my family live in Cornwall. Have you heard of that? It's like a coastal
Yeah.
area
Yeah.
in the south of England.
Yeah.
Um,
I know
but
someone
yeah.
that lives around there.
Oh, you do? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's quite nice down there. Uh, the beaches are quite nice. Although the sea's always cold,
Yeah.
even in summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I live just outside Oxford, so
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite nice here. I live in like a little village, so it's quite rural.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good. That's
yeah, and
good.
I really like that. I like the space, excuse me, and I can just walk my dog and excuse me.
Yeah, I like the space too. Um I'm in the city, but I'm in called what they call uptown, right?
Like a
So
suburb.
it's about 15 minute subway ride to the actual downtown, and
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. Yeah, It's about 30 years ago. This is where I lived when I
Oh,
was
okay.
younger. Always thought that I was a bit posh and a little bit older. And then now that I'm a bit older, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really that posh. It's just a nice place. You know what I'm saying? Though when you're in your 20s, everybody seems to be older, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's nice.
It's nice to have space, isn't it? It's a nice green open space.
It is. It is, yeah. Especially the parks. I chose these places because I know that there's a lot of dog parks. And a big portion of my days, I'm like my dog. The most exciting part of my day is walking around in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sets me up, with a lot of energy and all of this. I do this the whole day, right? So it's great to
Yeah.
have that first part of your morning just without any thoughts, just walking around. Just like the dog, just like my dog. And she's passed out for like about 6 hours after that, right? So yeah. What kind of
Nice.
dog
Yeah.
do you have?
A cockapoo.
I have a cocker spaniel.
Oh, cocker spaniel. Yeah. So her mother was a cocker spaniel and her dad was a poodle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a popular breed now, huh? Everyone
Yeah,
seems
very
to have a
popular.
cockapoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a
Yeah.
lot of cocker spaniels anymore. I don't see them.
No, no, you don't, do you? No.
Yeah, yeah. But a lot of cockapoos. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Or
very intelligent, like very intelligent. Yeah,
that's the poodle,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the spaniel is the sweetness.
yeah. Oh, she's very sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
My dog
yeah.
is the sweetest. Everybody thinks she's the happiest dog in the neighborhood, right? So she's always like, she loves everyone. She greets everyone,
Yeah.
right? So she
Oh,
cheers up all the old ladies I pass by. There's this place that's kind of like a nursing home, a senior place basically, and there's a lot of older ladies that are still smoking. You know what I'm saying, outside, and
yeah.
and I bring my dog there, and they love my dog.
Oh,
Yeah, and she's friendly to everyone, right? So if you look at a dog, it's so enlightened.
yeah, yeah, yes,
Even when they
yeah,
growl, means that there's a threat. That's still okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, so the end of seeking is just here. It's not in the next, not in the past, right? So even if it seems like a little bit you know, coming and going, just go in between because you're getting caught up in the horizontal, like here
yeah,
to
yeah,
here.
yeah,
When we
yes.
were at the last retreat with Trina, it was so funny because towards the end we didn't have much words anymore. So I just kept on going.
Yeah, it is true. It is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly
I
it.
just kept on doing this and there would be laughter around the room. It was just so good. And then someone would sit in front of me and they'll be like, okay, I don't need it. Just. So we just ate a lot of food in Vancouver
Yeah.
and we went to the parks, walked around. It's beautiful. And even the most resistant person in that retreat went.
Really.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
I think that explains it well, doesn't it? Yeah.
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 If you look at it, there's this, like past, present, future, and then it just slides off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just a directness. Or what we used to call in the retreat, it was like chopping. It's just like chop the past. And yeah, yeah. This
Yeah.
is the chopper. This an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference. Where's the chopper? American humor. No. It's
Okay. Well,
funny,
thank you
Kenny.
very much.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Daniel. I'm going to stop the
Yeah,
recording here.
I just